Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Entitled People. Hope you're all doing awesome today, and as usual, it's time to check out some more Reddit stories. So let's get into it, friends. Made a road rager pay for his actions. So something bizarre happened on my drive to work a few days ago, and I still think about it. There was this car that was aggressively weaving between lanes, sometimes with zero warning or turn signals, and at one point he tried to get into my lane, but I was already next to him. He still tried to merge and nearly ran me into the left median. I had a car in front of and behind me, so I couldn't brake too fast or speed up, and I was not in his blind spot. So I honked my horn and he still tried to get in the lane, but ended up getting behind me and tailgating me aggressively. And I'm like, whatever dude, I'm just driving to work. This isn't Fast and Furious. You're in a Lexus. Eventually he got in front of me and I thought it was the end of it. But this guy made me his enemy because after that he did not let me pass him. Ever. I simply did not care. I was too tired for antics. But any time I changed a lane, he'd change with me, and then slow down to slow me down. And for a while I thought, am I imagining this? So finally, an exit for the toll road was coming up on the right, and I was like, screw it, I'll take the toll road, get away from this guy, and sped up to get into the exit lane. This guy went all the way from the left lane into my toll road lane, so I was like, you had no intention of being in this lane. I don't think I'm imagining things anymore. So I stayed a good distance back, waited for him to get kinda into the curve of the exit lane, to the point where he was committed to it, and I immediately changed lanes and got out, and watched him try to swerve out, but it was too late for him. He was in the toll lanes, and I was on my merry way. I have been thinking about it and laughing for days now. Man, some people have the kind of temperament where they should not have the right to drive. People that are road raging getting shut down like this is definitely more the exception. Because in most situations, you just have to deal with these kinds of people, and just hope that they don't do something stupid and cause a wreck. Angry lady yelled at a special needs person at the gym, so we did a bit of trolling. This guy named Michael has Down syndrome, and he is at the gym with his father 4 days a week around the same time. He is very nice and positive. He yells encouragement and compliments to people working out. When he arrives at the gym and if he sees me, he yells very loudly something like, "Hey, how are you? Glad I can see you." And if he likes my shirt, he tells me he likes it and the things he likes about it. Michael is a genuinely good person and I love seeing him when I work out. When he's working out, he makes loud ooh sounds. That sounds like a cow going moo, but without the M part. It is very loud, especially when he is getting in the zone in his workout. If you've never seen him, you'll look up, see him lifting like a beast. And being the mature adult you are, can tell he has Down syndrome. Mind your own business and go back to your workout. Apparently, that was too hard for someone this evening. A lady with her training group, about 5 people total, were working out next to Michael. How the gym is laid out, the aerobics and stretching area is next to the dumbbells. Still plenty of room for everyone. Michael is doing his thing, having a great workout, but is getting very loud. His father is nearby working out on the machines near the dumbbell area. One of the ladies gets annoyed and walks up to him and yells at him to keep it down. I know the father. We have similar jobs and talk sometimes about work. We both made eye contact and our eyes widen. We are both thinking, what the hell is wrong with her? Michael is not hurting anyone. Almost everyone has on headphones anyway. Michael said, "Okay," very loudly. That's just him, but it felt like a hilariously smartass response. Everyone gets back to their workouts. Michael obviously is just as loud as ever making those noises. Lady gets pissed, walks up to him, and literally yells at him to keep it down. Father is understandably angry, walks up to her, tries to explain to her that he's special needs, and doesn't mean to be loud. They argue for a bit. I couldn't hear everything they said, but the conversation ended when the father yelled extremely loudly. He's insert R word. What the F do you want from us? Everyone stops working out and looks at her. Her face turns bright red and she's sulked away. Everyone goes back to their workouts. My workout buddy and I decided that we really needed to work out our abs, so we did some sit-ups in the stretching area, next to their group, and grunted loudly when we got to the last few reps. They said nothing to us though, but we still had fun. While I was writing this, my workout buddy said he thinks she was angry because they were trying to record a video, and his noises were ruining the recordings. Didn't think of that. Now it makes sense why she was getting so angry. Michael probably kept ruining her takes. Entitled mother demands her daughter gets to ride my horse. I have horses. One specific who is a shire and is a big boy, very dangerous and scared of kids. I can only allow myself, my trainer, and my best friend to ride him, because I know they are experienced and they can somewhat handle him, but he is more safe with me. I have a rule that they can ride him only if a first aid kit is close by, with a trainer or a person who can do first aid. Safety vest and helmet is required, and you have to build proper trust with my horse. His name is Melon, by the way. So I'm really strict and picky about who gets to ride him. Not only because he is big, but he can be straight up dangerous and can kill people. Now the other day, me and my trainer were going on a trip. I was on Melon and she was on another horse of mine, Winnie. We were on a popular hiking trail, as the stable is located on a mountain, when we came across a mother with her daughter who looked to be 11. The daughter said something to her mother, then she came running over to Winnie. Winnie loves kids, but she is a horse that can get spooked by sudden movements such as running, so she jolted a bit, which scared the kid. Then the kid came over to Melon, and I immediately told her Melon is not friendly. That's when the devil herself came over, the entitled mother. Excuse me, my daughter really wants to ride that horse. I know her owner. She was talking about Melon. And I say, it's a he, and I'm the owner, and I can't let her ride for safety reasons. It's fine, we can go back to the stable and get her a helmet. Sorry, he is a private, and he is not friendly with strangers, especially kids. What about that one? She said, pointing to Winnie. No, she is also a private, said my trainer. But my daughter wants to ride, she is really good. Maybe she is, but this horse is big. Falling will really hurt her and he can stomp on her too. And she, Winnie, doesn't even have a saddle on. Your daughter can easily fall off. I'm sorry, but your daughter cannot ride them. You're just making up things because you don't want to share, said the mom. Even if it was made up, OP is saying no. You have to respect his decision, said my trainer. But he's riding it. Yeah, because I own them. They're my private horses, I said. We aren't going to waste more time here, miss. The answer is no. It's not going to change the more you ask. We will be going on our merry way, said my trainer. After that, we left. But it's not over because we came back to the stable about an hour later. And guess who was by the outdoor arena by the trail? Yup, entitled mother. Now that you're back, can we use them now? Said the entitled mom. Ma'am, no. The horses are tired. They aren't for lessons or anything. OP owns them. OP said no. But why? Asked entitled mom. Even I have fallen off my horse. I can tell you it hurts. I have a scar after surgery because he broke my leg, I said. Then why do you have him? Because he is still my horse. I have a bond with him now, and even now he can buck me off. Then my daughter can build a bond with him. That can take months, maybe years, and my answer will still be no because I don't know your daughter's riding abilities. Just let her ride, said the mom. After that, my trainer told me to just go and tack the horses, and she'll handle the lady. Trainer came back in maybe 5 minutes later, getting the lady away after threatening to call the police for harassment. If someone says you can't ride their horse, stop asking, please. I really do wonder how someone thinks it's actually appropriate to ask some random person on a trail if they can ride their horse, and also to keep insisting after being told no. OP and the trainer were already nice enough to engage with her as much as they did, when they could have just said no and left it at that. In all honesty, that probably would have been a better move. It might have just shut her up right away if they just said no and ignored her. But instead, she goes and waits for them at the stable, which is already a bit weird that she knew where it was. Entitled neighbor is angry I'm using my parking space. My husband and I live in a closed street of small houses. Each house has a parking spot, plus most people owning more than one car park in parallel in front of their house. We didn't own a car because we both worked from home and hate driving. Plus, public transport here is not so bad. We have a neighbor who owns 3 cars, so obviously he has no space to park them all at his house. He asked our next door neighbor if he could park outside of her house. She also does not drive, and she said yes. But entitled neighbor, in order to not block his other car, parks all the way in front of my driveway. To be honest, I would not have minded if he had asked, but the fact that he just does it annoys me. Also, my family comes to visit often, and if they come by car, he is usually blocking, and we have to ask him to move. And every time he gets mad as if we're asking for a favor. Anyway, I got a nice promotion that involved in-person work 3 times a week, so we decided it was time to get a car. We bought a nice practical one and got it in our park space. Well, next morning the guy was blocking my exit. I rang his doorbell like crazy at 6 a.m. and when he finally came out, I asked him to move, and to not park there anymore. He got defensive and said that my neighbor let him park in front of her house, to which I answered, "Yes, but this is my house, and if you block my entrance again, I'm gonna remove your car." He moves, and the next day he is blocking again. We realize he left the car open, so we let the handbrake loose and pushed the car into the middle of the street in front of his driveway. I put a note on his windshield saying, "Next time it's a tow truck," put tape over his doorbell so it continues ringing, and I left as quickly as I could. He hasn't said anything, but he hasn't parked there anymore. This guy definitely deserved it. Although, as amusing as it is pushing their car out into the road, that's definitely a risky move that could certainly get you in trouble. But it sounds like it didn't, so it all worked out. Also, OP mentioned in the comments that they're not a native speaker, so go easy on the writing ability. Now here's a short and sweet one. Violate my no soliciting sign? I've been having a rash of company reps for roofing, solar, security, etc. ringing my doorbell. When I answer and see what they're bothering me for, I ask if they saw my prominently displayed yard sign. They typically come back with, "Well, we're not actually soliciting, we're providing information." I recently spent the $50 to get a smart control for my front yard spigot, and have been leaving my yard sprinklers attached. Now when they ring the bell, I have the app open and primed, and my finger on the go button before I open the door. The joy of watching them run when the water starts is almost worth my dogs barking like crazy and being interrupted. I also started parking the car closest to my porch right on the edge of the drive/entry sidewalk, so there's no quick and easy escape path. I don't understand how a solicitor can actually think they can make a sale at a house with no soliciting signs. I would have thought that a salesperson with any common sense would assume that it's just a waste of time. I mean, there's plenty of homes out there that don't have no soliciting signs, so why waste your time with ones that do? Anyway guys, that's going to be all for today. Thank you for watching, I appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe for more, and I'll see you all next time.